let's talk about saving money and specifically how to get great deals on clearance items at Home Depot. So here's an example of the full sequence on the same product. It starts off at $89.98, then the first price reduction goes to $85 even. Then it reduces to $68.06. It would stay that price for 6 weeks, and the final price reduction is $23.03, and it would stay that way for 3 weeks. Now, if by chance this V belt stayed on the shelf past that 3 weeks, you might be taking that item thinking you're going to pay $23.03. You go to the checkout, ring it up, and it only rings up for a penny, which would be kind of awesome if you actually needed a V belt. So first up is when Home Depot just starts to move an item on clearance, and often these are not very good deals. These classically would be items that end in a 98, a 50, a 00, so they might be $42.98 or $36.50. These are the first iteration of clearance, and you'll usually see that might only be a 10% reduction on the original price, and sometimes the price tag actually doesn't even show the original price. So really Home Depot's just trying to get your attention with the yellow price tag and putting it in a clearance section. The next iteration would be when a price tag ends in an 06. This usually does start to increase the discount, maybe 25%, 35%, 50%, and that 06 indicates that price will stay that way for 6 weeks until the final reduction. And that final reduction then is when a price tag ends in 03. These are usually great deals, and you might actually see a 75%, 80%, or even further discount to move that item. Now, when an item gets to 03, that means it has 3 weeks until it's either going to be donated or scrapped. And this is where that penny price comes in. So if an item that was 03 goes past the 3 weeks and a Home Depot associate does not move it off the shelf, it gets hid behind products, it gets kind of lost, it goes past that 3-week time period, they actually move that off of their system, off of their inventory. So if you find that 5 weeks later or 6 weeks later, you go through the checkout, that might ring up for 1 penny, and it does happen. And let me know if you guys have ever done that. I'm curious to see what examples you might have. What product did you buy, and did you get it for a penny?